And so that's why I kind of think that the Para 3 is actually one of the best EDC options on the market. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Hey guys, how's it going? So I hope you enjoyed that. It was something I've been wanting to do for a while. I got caught up on another video, so I wasn't able to put the time into it that I wanted to, but special thanks to my awesome mother-in-law. She grabbed the kids for like 4 hours yesterday. Today's the 30th. Yesterday was the 29th. So really close to the deadline of the Halloween video, but she grabbed them for like 4 or 5 hours, shot it and edited it by myself at home. No distractions, which was why I was also quiet on the YouTube and Instagram lately, but got that together. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to get into an actual knife review real quick of the Spyderco Para 3. First, let's do the spec check and let's get started. Alright guys, let's get started. So we're going to be rating this Para 3. I keep always trying to come up with a rating system in my videos and I never quite hit it and I never quite explain it. I think I've mentioned it a few times, but you have buy, borrow, avoid, the good, the bad, the ugly, so on and so forth. So I guess with mine we'll do a yeah, nah, or meh. So we'll use that to judge the Para 3 today. This is sent to me from our friend Tony in Australia. Great guy. Shout out to him. He's letting me get to experience knives that I would never get the chance to experience, and this one might be the first that I might go out and get myself. Just, it's a little bit outside of where I'm at in the hobby right now as far as price. Just to let you guys know, I'm in the $70, $80, $90, $100 range. It's a little bit above that, but I'm thinking it's going to be worth to pull the trigger on, and I'll explain why. In my knife confessions video, I confessed that I'd never handled a paramilitary 2, wasn't interested, and not something that I was ever really going to go out and seek. This came along, and this one I was a little more intrigued on prior to getting it on the channel, and the reasons being is just the size and overall length of the blade. I'm a 3-inch or below kind of guy. Not that I hate big knives, but just how I carry them, the size of my hands, and just what I use them for. I don't really need anything much bigger than that. And I am a big fan of the Spyderco brand, and I like what they do. You can see I have this version here. This is the Rex 45, the Orange G10. Let me pull out the other one real quick. This is the St. Nick's exclusive in 4V. 3V is one of my favorite steels, so this one, I really want to do some cutting tests with it, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to mar up the coating on here and ruin out somebody else's blade. So maybe in the future, this would be one of the ones I would look at. Spyderco does a good job of, you can pretty much wear it how you want to wear it. They do a really good job at getting exclusive out there. This is stuff you guys all know, so I don't need to go too in depth with it. But with the Para 3, they're doing a lot of these sprint runs and ways that you can get them. This one you're not going to see as much in the video because I'm a big fan of this one. I am a sucker for orange, and I love an uncoated blade. All right, so let's talk about the knife and why I like it so much. Well, we already stated I really like the size and the length of the blade. I really like the blade shape. It's very piercy, very slicey since it's got that flat grind. It's got multiple options of opening. You've got the thumb hole. You've got the compression lock. You've got the Spidey flick. And you've got the Spidey drop. So you have a knife that's very fidget friendly. It's a great performer. The ergonomics are fantastic for my hand size, and you can see if you've got a bigger hand, you're still going to get plenty of purchase. They do a good job with this handle size and giving you a nice compact blade. So I'm a big fan of the ergonomics. You've got multiple grip options. Spyderco's jimping, I'm always a big fan of. I believe they changed their jimping a little bit ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this seems to work great. In here, getting in the finger choil, executed very well. The G10 is nice and grippy, not too grippy and not too smooth. I really like the G10 that they have on here. I love the orange color. I do like lanyard tubes. I know that's going to be 50-50 with you guys. Some of you guys like them, some of you don't. I know one of the complaints about the Para 3 is they put so much attention into getting that in there that it put the clip in a bad position. Well, with this particular one, Tony was clever and got the deep carry. I believe this is the MXG. But this sits really well in the pocket versus the St. Nick's, which has the standard clip, which I'll show you here. So you can see a significant difference in how this is going to carry. When this carries in your pocket, you're going to see about that much sticking out versus this, which sits down. So let's give you a little quick in the pocket peek. So as you can see from there that this is going to carry a lot nicer in the pocket than the other one due to this actual deep carry pocket clip. That's a great addition. So one of the things that I guess we can knock on it is the original pocket clip. It is left or right hand, tip up or tip down, so that's awesome. I just know that a lot of people weren't happy with the placement of the clip due to the lanyard hole. The guys that aren't into the lanyard holes really felt like that was an unnecessary sacrifice, and I get that. I really do get that. So I will consider that a knock against the Para 3, a legitimate knock. If you're not a lanyard hole guy, this would be extremely frustrating. And then Spyderco seems to not really care too much because these pocket clips, these aftermarket ones, are doing really well, and people seem to be happy with them. So we talk about the blade and the ergonomics and the handle, the G10. What about the compression lock? This knife, well, actually, the St. Nick's version, which you're going to see here, was the first compression lock that I had in hand. And I know a lot of people consider it one of the most fidget-friendly locks. That I wouldn't consider it. I would say I would have previously said it was the Axis lock until David over at Blade Banter corrected me in one of my live streams and said the button lock, and he is correct. My Real Steel Griffin has the best fidget factor out of all my knives. However, the compression lock is very fidget-friendly. And it's really cool. I do like that it keeps your finger out of the cutting path. It's a really clever design, so I'm going to consider that one of the big positives of this knife. And just the Spyderco compression lock overall, I am a big fan. So moving on from the compression lock, let's talk about the action. The action is pretty awesome on this right out of the box. The St. Nick's version, let me pull it out real quick, did have a little more resistance out of the box, but that's going to be due to this coating against the washers, but that will work in. As you can see, that's worked itself out already pretty good. I have lubed these up with KPL. Just side note, nothing to do with this video. From my experience so far, that stuff is legit. It's a hair above my Benchmade Blue Lube, so I'll give it a slight edge to that. Anyways, going back to these. The action out of both of these that I've gotten were really good out of the box, and I can't complain whatsoever. The fit and finish is fantastic. Everything's been legitimate. I did get a St. Nick's Delica that had a little bit of a grind issue, but these are both prime examples. This one and this one. So, great fit and finish overall. Pretty much this is the package, in my opinion, guys. Before I go to the proverbial mountaintop and shout hallelujah, let's talk about maybe one more negative, I guess. The only other negative I've noticed, and I haven't really seen it yet, and I know Justin from Blue Collar Survival, when I talked about it in one of my live streams, is We'll close this up real quick. Due to my tiny hands and my tiny hand placement, you'll see that my finger fat falls right into that compression lock. If I do a thumb flick, pinch, gives you just a little pinch right in there. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to break the skin. Let me see if I can zoom in on there. So you get the fat of your finger in there, and when that whips open, it's just a little pinch right there. Nothing bad. It took me a while to change my hand placement. It was like a dog with an invisible fence collar. It just keeps going and going and going until it just beats itself down with punishment, self-punishment. So that was me getting used to the handling and the hand placement when I do the thumb flick. But I just Spidey flick it and everything's okay. So not a real big knock, just a little nitpick. It was just kind of funny. It caught me off guard the first few times. And every time I did it afterwards, I was like, dude, what are you doing? You know better. So I know this isn't going to be a super long review. There's not a lot to go over with this knife. I mean, my initial impressions are, it's fantastic. It's an ace. This is one of the best knives, if not the best knife I've reviewed on my channel so far. I know that's kind of a big label and everyone kind of throws that around, but I would have to say that this has been my favorite knife to have. I feel really guilty every time I carry it because I want to use it the way I would use it, but it's not mine, so I won't. As stated at the beginning of the video, one of the best EDC options. Guys, I'm in love. This is definitely going to be a yay from Jack. And the price range on these guys for what you're getting made in the USA, the materials, the quality, they can range from around 100 all the way kind of up to like the 200-300s. Now if you want, this will be just a little Jack tip. There's a really good deal on these. If you go to White Mountain Knives, they had a buy one get one free. Buy a Spyderco Pair 3 in camouflage G10. If that's not your thing, dye them or buy customs. Buy one of these and get a Spyderco Dragonfly for $126. Now get this, use Slicey Dicey's discount code for 10% off, so you're losing $12. So my very basic farm boy math says for 116 bucks, you can get a Pair 3 and S35 yen or S30V, I'm not sure. Very, very happy with this knife. The best one on the channel so far. I'll just say it right here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a happy Halloween. Hope you all enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Pew, 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 pew.